Time now for everybody's favorite guessing game. What's My Line? Remington Rand, makers of the Remington, the world's #1 electric shaver, presents What's My Line?
Appearance of our mystery celebrity. My friends in the panel would recognize our guest immediately, so as usual, they have been supplied with blindfolds. Are they all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery celebrity, we get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you in the world of entertainment?
Grab it.
What? What'd you say? What did it say?
I asked the same question, Miss Dorothy. That was Martian talk. It means yes.
Are you in what might be termed show business rather than the athletic world?
Reindendorf and Skyboy.
Yes, sure.
That means yes.
Are you a performer?
The move.
That also means yes.
Have you ever been in the movies?
It's a move.
That means yes, too.
Have you ever been on television?
Gleekendorf and Treaty Sat.
That means indubitably.
Do you do anything in addition to straight acting, such as comedy, singing, dancing, or playing a musical instrument?
Cloth and tappet.
This means yes. Oh, thank
Well, do you sing?
you. One down and 9 to go. That was a no, Mr. Allen.
Are you a man?
It's medical and sign boy, CD.
That means no. 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Gravity on the treacle by the Kranz band?
Cloth and tappet.
You are, therefore, a woman. Correct?
Very good, Miss Arlene.
Are you a leading woman rather than a character actress?
It's a move.
Huh?
As I remember, move was yes a few questions ago.
I'm having a little trouble here. Yes? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You say you have appeared on television indubitably. Does that mean that you are seen quite a lot on television?
Crying song.
That means yes.
Yes? Do you have your own show on television?
Langendorf and Kaisi.
I take it there are 3, huh?
A flag is cheeky, too.
Do you have somebody with you on television? What does that mean? Right?
Yeah.
I see. You are a couple, either a man and wife or a man and a woman who play a dramatic half hour of some kind?
You want me to take you out of that, or you want to get out by yourself, Marlene?
Her language has got me all mixed up.
Yes would be the answer to that.
Yes would be the answer?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a picture of yours now playing on Broadway?
Move.
No, wait a minute. We got to have a conference.
It's move.
No?
In the term as we use, playing in Broadway, yes.
Have you been in, certainly the top 10 or 15 in television shows?
And I Einblock zum beim Geist. And Flug and Die. I forgot Flug and Die.
This is what happens when you have dinner lump-farms that come to this program. That would be yes.
That would be yes.
Mm-hmm.
Were you not too long ago interested in the same kind of clothes that the previous contestant had as his profession on this program?
On flabberdabbin.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Miss Carr, do you know who this is?
Well, I think it must be.
Who do you think it is?
Must be Lucy.
It certainly is. It's Lucy.
That's wonderful, isn't it? What? To hear somebody like Miss Lucille Ball come and say that she was so nervous she almost didn't have a voice left. I suppose that's one reason why you're such a fine artist, because you do have the humility to be, and I use the word in its best sense, to be a little bit nervous no matter what.
Thank you.
But I also know that you're in New York with other interests than television and your picture, and I figured that was something probably you would rather talk about than me talk about.
Well, it's certainly a very exciting 10 days that we are embarked upon. It's sort of half over. I think we're going to make the grade. I think we're going to get home all right. But New York after 4 years, wowee! I just want to say one thing. The Heart Fund needs your help. Help your heart. Help the Heart Fund. Please. Good night, everyone.
Very succinctly put. And thanks very much for being here.
Come back home, will you?
Now, thanks. We've had two wonderful people now. We had Desi Arnaz some time ago, and now his lovely wife. Sign in, please. All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we changed the form of questioning a bit. You ask one question at a time in turn moving clockwise, and we'll begin it all with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you Duke Snyder?
Are you Duke Snyder? That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Lewis.
I didn't hear the answer.
No.
Who answered?
I
you?
did.
Well, why?
You want to hear the real one answer?
Sure.
Yes.
Would you answer the question, please? Are you Duke Snyder? Mr. Lewis.
Well, just to clear it up once and for all, could we have seen you on television earlier today?
Miss Francis?
Boy, I wasn't around earlier today.
The series.
You meant the series. No, but it isn't a man.
There
is
has been
it?
no call for a
No,
conference.
all
Miss
right, I'm
Francis, you may
terribly
proceed.
sorry. Are you engaged in the entertainment world?
Mr. Sir?
Are you, and I hope you are, a lady? By that I mean of the female persuasion.
Yeah, I think so.
Miss Kilgallen?
Are you in the motion pictures?
Mr. Lewis?
And you are also in television and... let me rephrase my first question, because this got an unusual answer. Could we have seen you on television earlier today?
That was yes.
That
Miss
was yes
Francis?
before.
I still don't understand the answer.
Only now it's not a ball player. I don't think. Are you here in New York just for the World Series?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Sir.
Have you a husband who is possibly just as well known as you are?
Yeah.
Miss Kilgallen?
Have you ever made any records where you sang?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Lewis.
But I did see you earlier on television today. And it was very good. Should I disqualify myself, John? Because this ridiculous question, I
Well, no,
I
there's no
disqualify
reason.
myself.
Take a
I know who it is. I know
Take
who
a
it
guess.
is.
Take a guess.
I know who it is.
Well, say it.
so.
That's what you're
The world's greatest comedian, Lucille Ball. Gotta be. I I don't know.
Is that right?
Mm-mm.
I almost took my mask
That
It's
makes
not-
it 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Brent.
You sure it's not Duke Snyder?
Not Desi Arnaz. You say that you're married. Is the man that you're married to also in the picture business?
Yeah.
Mr. Sir?
Can I take a wild guess? Probably not. Are you
Sure.
Loren Bacall?
Loren? Oh, for heaven's sake. There you go. 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Are you the voluptuous blonde type?
I don't think so.
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Lewis.
Are you sure I saw you on television?
Yeah, I won't let that count as a question,
All
but
right,
you are
thank
reassured.
You. Do you have anything to do with the program, with the Lucy show?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Francis?
It's not Desi Arnaz. You're on I Love Lucy? Mm-hmm. I mean, is that the question that Bob just asked?
Well, the question was, do you have anything to do with I Love Lucy show?
She doesn't sound like a stagehand.
Are you Lucy's girlfriend? Mm-mm.
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Sir.
If
Both of them.
We didn't hear Desi at all.
Yeah, that was me.
That was you.
Which one was
That's what made it
She
so
was
much
the
fun.
Swedish one, and I was there, mm-hmm.
And you see, Swedish? Swedish.
But you had some kind of an accent, didn't you?
Yeah.
What, Swedish?
Swedish.
What is Swedish?
Cuban Swede.
Cuban Swedish.
Isn't that a dirty trick?
Yeah, pretty sure you
But I'm sure you don't mind it. Because one reason, actually, that Desi and Miss Lucille are here is tomorrow night's a happy night when you all come back for the new season at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but that's not really the reason. The reason is that we love you so very, very much, and every time we get to New York, we love to visit with you.
Oh, that's nice
very
of you to
sweet.
say.
Well,
I
were
never
you on
missed you, and
television
we-
today?
What, darling?
Were you on television today?
Sure.
Briefly on
Yeah,
Ed Sullivan.
we just went over and took a look at Ed's show.
You were on at 6 o'clock, New York Times.
Oh, that's
Lucy.
right, the Lucy
Yeah,
Sunday
very
show.
funny. Watch
That's
it
right.
sometime. It's very funny.
The Lucy Show. CBS on Sunday. That's what I thought was the only clue that Bob had.
You know, being the nearest one to you, I usually spot it when there are 2 people on. But tonight,
How?
well, I hear the 2 different voices, but tonight I was fooled completely.
I thought maybe you looked down at the feet.
Possibly, yeah.
No, as Mark Goodson, I think, proved last night on something, he works only with shows where you can't see anybody's feet. That's what he
Sounded
said.
like Betty Bacall in
Yes,
the
it
beginning.
did.
It sounded just like her with that.
Well,
I like that.
I must say this, I speak for all of us. We had a wonderful time when you visited us last time, and we've had as much fun this time, and we hope that you'll come back and see us again.
Thank
Next
you.
year, same
Wonderful
time,
to see
same
you both.
station.
Will you go and say hello to
Next
the
year,
press?
we'll bring both of the kids next year.
All
We'll be
right,
more.
good.
Good deal. Nice to see you. Good night. Good night, Leslie. Wonderful. Well, I'll make it up to her, Bennett. And now we come to the special part of our program, with which you are all so familiar. Mr. Berman. Needless to say, the panel is supposed to be blindfolded, Mr. Berman. Up anchor there a bit. No, down anchor a bit. All right, the blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes.
All right, will you enter Mystery Challenger and sign in, please? As you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we go to a different form of questioning. You ask one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise. And let's begin with Faye Emerson.
Oh, that's a marvelous, warm reception. Obviously, you're known to the public, the general public. Are you in the field of entertainment or the arts?
Yes.
Mr. Cerf?
Are you at present starring in a show on Broadway?
Yes.
Miss Francis?
Are you, have you been enormously popular in pictures and television? It's almost impossible.
You have your answer to that one already, Mr. Berman.
Was that yes?
Yeah.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Berman.
You're trying to sound like the Louver.
You've got to be a she. Are you a she?
A what?
A she.
Oh, yes.
Miss Emerson?
Oh, boy. You're a doll. Are you a red-headed wildcat?
I suppose those are two of the multitude of terms of affection that are always used when you are mentioned.
Thank you, John.
Wildcat and a doll.
John, I would like to add that she is one of the blessings of this season and an adornment to the theater. Wonderful.
And the Wildcat, by the way, unless anybody misunderstands, is that Miss Ball is starring on Broadway in a new musical called Wildcat. We did not say you were a Wildcat, ma'am. We didn't mean that, ma'am.
We may.
All right.
Yes, I did.
It's all right?
We did.
All right.
You did?
Okay.
Well, I guess that...
I don't mind it. I kind of like it.
You like it? You like it? This is a...
I lost 12 pounds getting that way.
You mean getting to be a Wildcat?
Yeah.
Or rehearsing for the Broadway person? Sure.
Rehearsing and doing it. If anybody wants a diet to go on, just get in a musical show. That's it. Am I right, Arlene?
She's
Faye?
on there every minute, working and playing and
I love
dancing
it.
and singing, and she's
I've had a
marvelous.
wonderful time.
Miss Lucille, you have had a wonderful career in the theater, in television, in the movies. Does any one of them appeal to you more than the other?
Well, I'm very grateful to television. 9 years with a character that I love very much. I love Lucy. I really do. I love doing Lucy, and I'm having a sort of a dream come true doing a show on Broadway. It's taken me a long time to come by this. It was what I wanted to do, to be on the stage when I first started years ago, and I never had time. So I'm delighted to finally be here. What are you doing, George? What's that?
V for victory. That's the V for victory sign. Well, I'd say the Broadway stage, as Arlene has already noted so well, is extraordinarily lucky to have you. I've
Thank
been
you.
off to Hawaii, but one of my anticipations is that I can get to see Wildcat, because I want to see Miss Lucille Ball on the Broadway stage.
Thank
Her
you.
new picture's opening soon, too, isn't it, with Bob
Thank
Hope?
you,
And it's a
Arlene.
Oh,
wonderful-
with Bob Hope, The Facts of Life. The two of you together.
February 1st.
The two of you together must be a shambles and a joy. That's
We had
all
a
I can think
wonderful
of.
time.
It's a funny
He's a great guy.
Did you see it,
I
Faye?
saw a preview
Oh,
of it. It's a
good.
great picture, and I think it's going to be up for an award.
Oh, my. That'll
Very
be the
unusual
day.
for a comedy.
That'll be a day when a comedy gets an award.
But the wonderful thing about Bob Hope again, you know, this Christmas he was off to see the troops overseas. that
Well, the
are
wonderful
parked
thing
in a
about
far
Bob
corner.
Hope is Dolores.
Yeah, she is a doll. She's
That's
a
how he gets
wonderful
off every
girl.
Christmas.
Yes, if Dolores didn't say yes, he couldn't. Thank you very much,
Thank
Miss
you.
Lucille. Nice to have you with us. Well, I must admit you've done very well so far. The appearance of our mystery challenger, for which the panel is blindfolded. Blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? As you know, panel, different form of questioning now. One question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise. And we'll begin with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Well, I know Mrs. Kennedy isn't making personal appearances. But that applause, are you in show business?
Yeah.
Mr. Cerf?
Would you be in the metropolitan area by any chance to help exploit a new motion picture in which you are a star?
Yeah.
Miss Francis?
Is there possibly more than one person there?
Yeah.
Mr. Hackett?
Did you become famous in television?
Yes. Miss Kilgallen?
Is one of you red-haired and the other ski-nosed?
No.
It is Bob Hope and...
Yeah.
and
Lucy.
I think you carry it, don't you?
I think you carried us a couple. I think you carried us about twice, didn't you? A little bit.
Bob came in and signed Bob Ball. Lucy came in and signed Lucy Hope. And the first time Bob tried to make an answer, Lucille nearly lost her left hand.
What about my cats?
Bob almost lost his
I don't
cat.
think anybody mentioned the picture, which is Critics' Choice that you're...
Thank you. There she goes.
Critics' Choice.
Thank you, Arlene.
She knows.
And as a publisher, Bob, I think you should say something about your new book, even though I didn't publish it.
That's pretty sweet for a competitor.
I think so.
Well, the name, I will say that the name of the book is I Owe Russia $1,200, and it's a great deal of fun, and I read it, and only Bob Hope could do that and get away with it.
I don't want Bennett to know this, but I'll be in Doubleday's window tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
When you finish washing the windows, I'd like you to come over to our house.
Going on your show tomorrow. Are you at Sardi's? Are you at Sardi's, Arlene?
Yes.
I may have you and a sandwich tomorrow.
Oh, I hope so. I'd like that.
What'd you say, buddy?
It's dead now.
I thought...
I
thought that was Orson Welles, so help me. Is that Buddy Hackett?
That's Buddy
How are
Hackett.
you, buddy?
No, it's Gene Kelly. I always come here to dance like this.
I must say, one thing has always astonished me about both these good people.
You're in the rough, huh?
No, is the energy that you both have. Bob, you're going to be in the University of Cincinnati in midweek, aren't you?
Thank you very much,
And now,
John.
where are
That's
you
on
going?
Wednesday we're going to do
Yeah, but then
that.
where are you going?
Then I'm going to Ohio University.
Ohio University. I knew you were going to be at two universities.
Thank you very much.
What are you
Do
going
you think
to
you'll ever graduate?
I'm stealing Bennett's racket. I'm doing a show there for Halfway House, a house for kids.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
Making it pretty tough for me.
We played 11 theaters yesterday, Lucy and myself, opening Critics' Choice.
19
If
altogether.
you think we're not in shape, I'm going right to the Mayo Clinic right after this.
Well,
We actually did. We
You
opened the
couldn't
picture.
go. You go up and see Don Soanes and tell him I sent you.
All
You know
right.
Dr. Soanes up there?
No, where's
All
that?
right.
Mayo Clinic?
At Mayo's, yeah. He's Charlie Mayo's.
He's
son.
not really going to Mayo
They've
Clinic,
asked-
John.
They won't let him in.
They've asked me to use the servants' entrance.
Let me be serious for a moment. About, I guess it was 3 weeks ago, I presided at a dinner here in New York given by the USO. And good Lord knows that it
He was the
serves...
master of ceremonies, and I never knew he could work standing up.
But you all know what the USO does. I think probably it does the greatest service for our youngsters. All of them have to see military service. But the point I was trying to make is Robert got the gold medal. He's the second to get the USO gold medal. Cardinal Francis Cardinal Spellman got the first one. And it was a great night for all of us. It was a great dinner, but he made it even greater than it might ordinarily have been. And nobody deserved that gold medal more than you did.
Thank you, John. I appreciate... Thank you, John. I appreciate you showing up. You were real fine that night. A little too funny, in fact.
Now, what actually happened was I stood up and said, with Robert there, I wasn't going to dare to tell a joke, and I didn't even try. That's the truth.
You were pretty good.
I read the stock
You were
market
pretty good.
report.
You were pretty good.
Is Lucy going to school with you?
No,
You're not
I'm
gonna-
going back and do my show with Vivian.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
that's good.
That's good. So I have one final word to two people who have been to 19 theaters in the last 2 days with their Picture Critics' Choice. Thank you for giving us a
You know the way
chunk of
we
Sunday
feel?
night.
The way I feel about it, John, I helped kill vaudeville, and I'd like to restore it, and we tried.
Good to see you both. In just a moment. And now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery challenger, for which the panel is blindfolded, as you know. Blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? Just a gentle reminder, panel, in this case we use a different form of questioning, one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you in the world of entertainment?
Yeah.
Mr. Gable?
I didn't say yeah, I said yeah.
What? Are you mostly in the movies?
Not mostly, no.
That's one down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you mostly in television?
Mostly, yeah.
Mr. Hackett?
Are you a male?
Mostly, no.
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Are you a comedian?
Well, yeah, sometimes.
Mr. Gable.
What was the answer?
Sometimes.
Yes.
I'm having a little difficulty, John, but what I have gathered so far is that this is a mostly female, sometime comedian, mostly on television. Is that correct?
Right, sir.
You're mostly right, yeah.
Have you a regular television series on now?
Most of the year, yeah.
Most of the year, yes. Miss Francis.
Are you a dazzling redhead?
No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
It's Lucy Bull. That's
Yes.
fine.
Hi, golly day, this is a wonderful surprise. I'm sure all of you have read in the paper that Miss Lucy is chairman of the Easter Seal campaign this year, and we read that you were in Washington at the White House to open the campaign this year, and I was hoping that you'd be with us tonight.
I had to beg.
You had to beg
Yeah,
that.
there were a lot of stars in town.
Yeah.
Really,
None.
they're standing in line to get on this show.
None shining as brightly as you do, though.
Thank you. I thought you had to be truthful on this show.
You do.
Well, I said I wasn't a redhead.
Did you say mostly yes when I asked you?
No, I said no.
Mostly yes, no. Listen, can I go into the White House visit? I read a funny little piece. I don't know where it was, yesterday or today, that you got into what we call the old hand wrestling matches with the president.
Isn't that awful?
What happened?
Well, I was explaining to President Johnson that when I met President Eisenhower, I was first in line, and in front of 1,500 people, I had to cross this huge ballroom, and I had my speech ready. I had never met Mr. Eisenhower before. So they were telling me what to say. I said, now, you're the spokesman, and Vivian was behind me, and Bill Frawley, and Gussie was behind me, and we were all had our little things that we were going to say, but they said, you're first, so you say, thank you, Mr. President, for asking us here, and we enjoyed it very much. So all the way across, I was trying to not get stepped on with my big dress, and I was saying, thank you, Mr. President. It was very nice asking us here, and we enjoyed it very much. So I put out my hand, and I said, and I was way over there, he kept the line moving that way. And I was showing. That was his way of keeping the line going. You know, he's so used to having 1,700 people to shake hands with. So I showed President Johnson and threw him right out of his office.
Then you had a return engagement, and I understand that time he got you off balance.
Yes, he was showing me then how he did it.
That's wonderful. Well, I must say, I think no American needs to be told about the value and the importance of the Easter Seal campaign.
I'd just like to remind them that we have very little time. This isn't something that goes on, you know, with a big crash all year round. We try to wind it up at Easter time, so it's imperative that they give it a lot of thought now and know that about 23 million American children and adults are benefited by it.
And I'm sure all of you will give it a lot of thought and also give a substantial contribution to the Easter Seal campaign.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. Well, you've done very well so far tonight, panel. Congratulations are in order. We'll have another contestant after.
You enter Mystery Challenger and sign in, please. Once again, panel, remember the form of questioning is one question at a time. In turn, we move clockwise, and let's begin with Mike Douglas.
Well, that was a fantastic reaction. Are you male? Are you female?
Certainly.
I know a fellow that can straighten that out.
Are you known for your work in motion pictures?
What's she say?
Yeah, you known for your work in motion pictures.
Yes.
Mr. Sheriff?
Are you sober? You also scintillate in television.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
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 Miss Kilgallen?
Are you married to a famous person in the motion picture industry?
No.
One down a night to go, Mr. Douglas.
Are you seen regularly on television?
Yes.
Miss Francis?
I don't know what that answer is.
Yes.
Yes. Mm.
Regularly seen on television. Are you in a series?
Yes.
Mr. Sir?
Is there more than one mystery guest tonight?
No.
No. That's two down a date to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Have you rather bright red hair?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Mr. Douglas?
Are you Lucille Ball?
Yes. We had fun. We had fun. Well, I might say,
that first sound.
Yes. That's my witch's voice.
I think one thing is, if reading, you read so much today about the programs next year, but you're going to change time next year, aren't you? Going to?
Oh, yes. I go on at 8:30 instead of 9.
On Monday night.
On Monday night.
On Monday night. Mm-hmm. The Lucy
During
Ball
the daytime, there's one little spot from 1 to 1:30 when you're not on.
Well, actually, it's a happy week. Miss Lucille came in New York to do some work on Steve Allen. Steve Lawrence's show.
The first
Steve's
Steve
with
Lawrence.
us once in a while.
Yes,
you know.
I know.
So she was nice enough to agree to come and spend a little time with us.
Oh, I love to
tonight.
come on this show.
Oh, I must
I
say,
love it.
we love to have you.
And I got to see Ginger and Carol.
You had him fooled for a bit there, too, I must say.
Yes, my witch's voice did it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
You're nice to have you.
have just a few seconds. Have to say it quickly. It's nice to have had you with us, Mike, and good night, Dorothy Kilgallen.
John, my pleasure.
Good night, John. Good night, Mike.
Good night. Good night, Arlene.
Good night. Come back again. Good night, Bennett.
Weren't the girls here prettier than the ones you saw at Miami?
Just as pretty, I'll say that, Bennett. You got the booby traps all over the place. And now, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being with us on What's My Line?